So what do you call yourself? Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Hey.
Hey, what can I do for you this fine day?
This is your destiny. Hot, hot, hot.
Right now.
Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Come on in and enjoy yourself.
Right now.
We gon' party like no one else. Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
And where are you chiming in from today?
Now I feel bad.
Go ahead, tell us. I'm calling in from the sunny side of the street. No, where are you?
Oh my God, I feel terrible. But basically, yeah, Hollywood, California. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
not
I feel
the
bad.
woods of Holly. That's where we are. This is not Holly. Well, you know what? I might as well start it right here, right now, because I feel some type of way. You're no stranger when it comes to the world of entertainment. You've been inking, you've been editing, you've been putting the art of storytelling together, and you're lost with you, but it wasn't the you that it needed to be lost with. I feel left out, but I still want to hear about it.
That's great. That's great. We're talking about my movie, right?
Absolutely. I might as well turn it all into you right now. As an artist, we can appreciate the art of storytelling, but how did you know you wanted it to be a part of your calling, a part of your journey versus just being a hobby?
Well, it's never really been a hobby. I've always been a storyteller, which is, I think from the time when I was little and I fell in love with movies and books and so I've always been a storyteller. But for the last 25 years, I've made movie trailers. So that's my passion. That's what I do, to keep the lights on. And doing trailers is just like telling stories. It's just that they're only 2 minutes long. So, so
Does
making a
that
full
ever
length
really
feature film.
challenge your artistry? I mean, because you're trying to tell this story that's going to captivate someone in this amount of time. How much pressure is that?
It's a lot, and definitely an art form. A lot of people don't understand even now that trailers. People think, oh, the trailers are done by the directors or the producers of the movie, but they're not. They're a whole separate industry outside of the actual making of the movie, and a lot of times the filmmakers themselves don't really have any involvement at all in the trailer.
Wow. So they're just as surprised as we
That's
are.
great.
But the good thing
Yeah,
is,
yeah. So I mean, it's a lot of fun, and it's sorry. Uh,
no. With your level of
Sorry.
expertise, you can help sell it out because you're giving us a promo of something that their years of work and creativity is depending on.
Very well put, and that's true. It's like I said, it's just a completely different art form. The trailer is to compressing a story and choosing the right dialogue bites, the right copy, the right narration, the right music to tell the story in a very short amount of time. So I really enjoy doing that.
And now you're expanding that platform. We're not in short form right now. So, when you want to extend that story, this is your first time as a feature director. What does it
Mhm.
feel like in this moment for you in that seat with Lost with You?
Well, it's something I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to expand my storytelling into, to give me a little bit more than just 2 minutes to tell a story. So it's something that I've always dreamed about doing, and I think a lot of people who live here, it's their dream and they want to make a feature film. So I had a little window of opportunity in my life, and it was just the right script with the right thing, and the right moment came along, and for me to be able to do it. And of course, I was thrilled, now that the movie's done and it's out, it just feels kind of surreal that I accomplished that, over the last year.
That's crazy. Well, tell me about the movie itself.
The movie's about two people that meet on an LA hiking trail, and one is from Ohio. She's never traveled anywhere. She's never been out of her state, and and then she meets a guy who lives in Los Angeles, who's who's been living here for a long time. So they decide to take the hike together for the day. And once they get on the trail and start getting to know each other, they find out that they're from very different backgrounds and they were brought up in very different ideologies. And so they have to spend the day kind of trying to work that out between them if they're going to overcome the hurdle of love.
I like it. So you mean to tell me I need to leave the trenches of Louisiana to go hiking to find him? Say less. Say less. I'm here for it. I just narrowed that down for you in a trailer of 60 seconds or less. See what I did there?
You're absolutely right. I couldn't have said it better myself.
How important is it that you found the right cast that was going to take the words from that script and really portray it the way you wanted to jump off that screen?
That's a great question because casting is always so important for a movie, and it was definitely a process here. And I saw a lot of people, and we didn't actually find our two leads until I would say about 3 weeks before we started shooting the movie, which was a miracle. I mean, they just came in at these two people came in at the last minute and just really embodied. They both embodied the characters that I wrote, and I was like, wow, that's them right there, what they're doing. And very lucky that they're both really, really great actors. So I got very lucky in all that.
Look, and so did they. But I'm here to tell you now,
Yeah.
when you're ready to remix that script, I've been practicing. Oh, wait, oh, go. Don't leave me. About 2030, I'll be ready. I was warming up. That's my practice. Wait, end scene. I'll be ready.
You ready to come out to Hollywood and make your big screen debut?
Why not? Only for and with you. If we want to keep up with all of the things that you're doing and all of the efforts that people can really support, because this is something that isn't an overnight success. We'll see it in the theaters, we'll be able to catch it, but people think of it as an overnight success. How can they keep up? Because I love a good story behind the story.
Yeah, you're asking how much effort it took to make the movie.
Yes, because it's not
Yeah.
just you. You know what I mean? It's a team that goes into that.
It takes a village for sure. It's not a one man show, you know. But we shot the movie over a year ago. I think just 2 weeks ago was the year anniversary of when we shot it, and then of course I started writing it probably a year even before that. So the concept came to me, and I started writing it. So to get to this point, it's been over a 2 year process, and even that is, I think, for a lot of filmmakers, a short period of time to get a project done. It happened. The script to screen happened really quickly, and I think if you asked a lot of independent filmmakers or anybody that's made a movie, it takes a long time. It's 2 to 3, sometimes 4 years to bring it to the screen.
How do you not get frustrated with that process, even with what you have to leave on the cutting room floor? Because it's like your baby, you love all of it. So, how do you just so happen to leave this scene behind?
You know what? That's where producers come in, and that's where other people's opinions come in. And if I was just left to my own, I would just make it how I wanted it. But like you said, it is a collaborative process with other people, and you have to learn to trust the other people that are involved and that are watching what you're doing and giving you notes, and you have to take those notes and take them to heart. And it's not a one man show, like you said. So as long as you're listening to the right people and taking their advice, then you're going to get I think you're going to end up with a great product, a great film.
It's easy to say that you're still just warming up, even with over 2 decades in this industry. What would be next? What is that wish project building from this? Because I know you're doing more of these featured films and you got more ideas constantly swirling. What does that look like for you?
Yeah, well, it's funny that you should ask that because it's a great question. And, I just finished my next screenplay right now, and it's actually going out. So this one's a horror movie.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah. I think with especially this summer with the success of like Obsession and Backrooms and a lot of these horror movies that are really taking Hollywood by storm, I think it's going to be a much uh it'll have a much better reception than a romantic movie on a hiking trail. Even though there's an audience for that, there's an audience for it, but I think it's much easier in Hollywood to make a horror movie than it is a romance.
You know, a true unfortunate story. I think I can relate to horror more than romance, but
Yep.
I appreciate romance and I desire it. So maybe on that
Yeah.
mountain, we'll all find that inspiration. And I know for a fact that I'm gonna need you
Yeah.
in this hot seat to tell me about this horror film.
Uh, I mean, I can't say much, but it's a high concept horror movie with a really easy hook. And, I don't, did you see Obsession?
Yeah, parts.
Oh my God. Y- The movie is incredible. Like I just, fell in love. Already seen it twice in the theater, and I'm a big horror
Really?
fan too. So I loved it. I really, really loved Obsession.
That's good stuff. Well, you
It's
know what? I know the level of creativity that you have. You're going to bring it to life, and it's going to be a movie. And we're here for it, you know? And I want you to think of this as an extension of your office. So whenever you're working on anything, feel free to jump in the hot seat on the tan line, and you can consider this done.
okay. I'll send you an early version of the script, and you can give me your notes, your feedback on it. If you're a horror fan, you
I
could give me
love
some
it
notes on
here.
it. You give me some. You could do some coverage, as they call it in Hollywood. They do the script and they read it and then they write what their thoughts are about it. It was called coverage.
I would be honored. And thank you
I
so
would
much
love
for
that.
that. Thank you so much for that. Listen, as soon
Yeah.
as things dry up here in Louisiana, I expect you to make a field trip. We'll get you some beignets, some crawfish, maybe a snowball here and there, and then we'll compare notes. Is coverage?
Yes, coverage they call it.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a coverage day.
I love it.
I am so excited for you. Lost with You, available right now. Make sure that you're capturing all of the moments, and we'd love to see you back in a hot seat real soon. I
You
know
can
you
see
have
the movie. Sorry, you can see the movie at lostwithyou.com.
perfect. I know you have more work to do, so I'm gonna let you chase the sun or let the sun chase you. But either way, get after it. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
I love you too, and I really enjoyed it. And thank you so much. And please stay dry.
I will. Thank you so much.